So yeah, here to show you about ChronoBlade. Our studio is called Enway, and we're working on a free-to-play ARPG game called ChronoBlade. I guess it can best be described as a mix of like God of War plus Diablo. It's coming to iOS and Android devices. Basically, it takes place in the multiverse, where there's countless number of parallel Earths, and you can choose from one of 4 interdimensional heroes that are fighting the evil Chronarch Imperium, who's trying to take over all these parallel Earths. So first you can choose from Lucas, who is a swordsman mechanist. He fights with a sword in one hand and like a robotic hand in his offhand. Next we have Orok, who's like a Nordic warrior with super strength, and he fights with his fists. And next we have Thera. She's a Novan warrior priestess, I believe, and she fights with like a polearm spear type weapon, or glaive. And last but not least we have Lofi, who fights with her pet Eidolon. You can see that in the background, and she uses magic from the Shadow Realm to help defeat her enemies. So in terms of the RPG aspects, we have your inventory, where we have up to 11 equipable slots. I believe there's over 480 pieces of equipment per character as of now. We'll be adding more in the future. And all the equipment you can upgrade. You can also slot in augments if you want to increase some of the base stats or elemental stats. And we also have skill trees. So this is a big part of the game where you can really customize your character. Every character has 2 skill trees, and one skill tree is a little more offensive, one's a little more defensive, so players can really customize their character to suit their playstyle, because some people like to be more of a defensive player and dodge attacks, and other people like to just go out and go out wailing on things. So in terms of the gameplay, we have your standard story mode, single player campaign, and at launch I think we were going to have 54 zones, and that'll increase to 90 in the next few months. And then we also have PvP, so it's player versus player, synchronous multiplayer, which is kind of like a Street Fighter, Tekken type fighting game match. We're adding co-op soon, where we have like sort of like a raid dungeon where you can team up with a friend to defeat a boss. And then we also have challenges, where you try to rack up the highest score, kill the most amount of enemies within a set amount of time. So to kind of show the overall gameplay, we're going to do this 60-second challenge where we're trying to kill as many enemies in 1 minute. And this is indicative of kind of the story mode gameplay, except it'll be more side-scrolling, a longer level, where this is more of like an arena, fixed arena for this zone.
So you got your virtual sticks there?
Yeah, so on the left-hand side you have your virtual key stick or joystick, and on the right side you have a light attack and heavy attack for your basic attacks. You also have a dodge, where we also have time blocks. So if someone attacks you and you hit block at that time, it'll do a time block and do like a reversal attack. So there's definitely a lot of complexity in terms of the fighting game mechanics here. We also have jump, and you can even do an air juggle. Let me get someone in the air. There we go.
Oh, nice.
So you can get air juggles going on. I'm not doing that very well. Oh, he died. And you also have up to 4 other special attacks that you can use. That's based on your skill tree set and how you want to build it out. And those 4 special attacks take up energy, which you just refill through your basic attacks. I guess similar to like the monk in Diablo 3, if anyone's ever played that. But yeah, basically we wanted to create a game that wasn't just a swipe game or a single touch combat game, where it really embodied that arcade or console beat 'em up action experience, and that's what we feel we've created with ChronoBlade.
Awesome. So the game is ChronoBlade, and when can people expect to see it, and what platforms can they expect to see it on?
Coming out on iOS and Android. Hopefully we'll have a global release by the end of this year.